Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas everyone! Christmas is a joyful festival with family and friends gathering, gift gifting. However, there's a myth among Kamen Rider community that there is going to be something awful or bad going to happen near the Christmas period. And so today we are going to take a look at all the Kamen Rider Christmas episodes and see what happens in them. And just for fun, I'm also going to rate them out of 10, judging from how much I enjoy them and how Christmassy are they. I prefer episode with Christmas element in the plot and not just a random Christmas scene with no significance. Technically, every series will have an episode airing on the Christmas week, but for those episodes which doesn't mention Christmas at all, we are not counting them in the video. So with that, let's start our Christmas episode journey with Kamen Rider Ichigo. In this episode, Colonel Zou is planning on unleashing a werewolf virus on Christmas Day. A girl accidentally witnessed an attack from the werewolf test subject and told Taki and Hayato about it. Hence, they went and defeated Colonel Zou and stopping the Wolfman plan once and for all. Honestly, not much to say about the plot here, pretty standard stuff. In terms of Christmas element, the children was hoping to see Kamen Rider on Christmas Day, and their dream come true with Kamen Rider delivering the Christmas gift at the end. It's a very standard original Kamen Rider episode for sure. I will give this a 6 out of 10. Episode 45 and 46 of We 3 is a two-parter Christmas special involving the freaking Deathstrom kidnapping children as Santa Claus. Santa Claus is actually Black Santa, which is a disguise from Rhino Tank. In order to save the children from Deathstrom, Riderman needs to defeat We 3, and so the two rider fights. Is that a JoJo reference? Eventually, We 3 and Riderman works together and save the children, and Rhino Tank was defeated. These two episodes is a roller coaster ride. Using Santa as a villain is already crazy enough. There is also a scene of literal children running from explosions and gun execution. Besides Santa being a villain, there's also this subplot of Riderman's internal conflict with Deathstrom. These two episodes use Christmas as a jumping board to jumpstart a bunch of events. So overall, I really enjoy it. I will give it an 8 out of 10. The next Kamen Rider Christmas special is episode 12 of Skyrider. This plot is very similar to the We 3 one, in which instead of kidnapping the kids, the Neo Shocker kidnapped a bunch of adults during Christmas. And again, there's a Gaijin dressed up as evil Santa. Skyrider later infiltrated the base and rescued the kidnapped victim, defeating the Santa disguising Slugman. This Christmas episode is a very predictable and forgettable one. Christmas doesn't play any role in the story beside that one single Santa scene, which I don't think it's even necessary. More than half of the episode took place in the poorly lit Neo Shocker base. It's overall just a very forgettable episode. 3 out of 10, unfortunately. Coming up, it's Super-1's Christmas episode, episode 10. In this episode, Dogma's underling Bakuranga was once again dressed up as Santa and giving out these blue balls with hypnotic abilities in it. Upon touching them, the victims will hallucinate bad dreams and cause them to go suicide. Super-1 successfully overcome the effect and defeated Bakuranga at the end. This is, again, another generic episode with little to none Christmas reference. I don't think there's even a single Christmas decoration in the episode. The only good thing I can say about the episode is the creative video effects when Super-1 is fighting the combatants. But that is it. Another very forgettable episode. 4 out of 10. Moving away from Showa to Heisei, we also moved away from episodic to serial. Episode 45 and 46 of Yuki took place near Christmas. Yui, which I assume is a good friend of Yuki and Kamen Rider Knight, started to fade away. On the other hand, we have this subplot of Kamen Rider Tiger seemingly obsessed with being a hero. Although he tried to challenge Oja, Solda, and Kamen Rider Knight, he was unsuccessful to defeat them. He met his end from saving a father and son from a car accident and was named a hero on the newspaper. A lot of story beat within these two episodes. Considering it is the last end of the series, the stake is pretty high too, which leads to a very engaging story development and fights. Unfortunately, as a Christmas episode, there is a serious lack of Christmas element. It really doesn't affect the quality of the show though, because as I stated before on how amazing these two episodes are, I just feel like they should have just skipped the whole Christmas element altogether. It's not like it's uncommon to not have Christmas episode at the time. All I can give this series is an 8 out of 10. Still highly recommended. Episode 45 and 46 are 2 Christmas episodes from Kamen Rider Kabuto. And man oh man, these 2 are legendary episodes. The story is about Kamen Rider Sasort falling in love with Misaki, humorously ordering the Z Trooper to become her bodyguard. Unknowingly by him though, he's actually a worm. Later on, he and Misaki went on a Christmas date, with both of them buying Christmas gifts for each other. Unfortunately, Sasort was being attacked and was forced to become a worm. Knowing his true identity, Sasort decided to sacrifice himself by the hands of Kabuto while wearing Misaki's gift bracelet, keeping the promise of protecting Misaki and defeating all the worms. This is definitely one of the best Christmas episodes, with first half being hilarious in Sasort ordering the Stormtrooper to protect her, with the second part being a tear-jerker of Sasort sacrificing himself at the end. And I also forgot to mention that all the remaining riders also got their time to shine on these 2 episodes. Even Christmas plays an important role in the story. The representation of Sasort's human side with the bracelet and the juxtaposition of death and the planned Christmas date. I will give this amazing Christmas episode a 10 out of 10. Episode 45 and 46 of Dano happened during Christmas, with Dano receiving a pocket watch identical to the one Sakura gave to Ari from himself. He realized and would like to learn more about his missing memories, and with a battle with a snowman Imagine, Dano went back in time and witnessed what happened on the day Ari lost her memories. It's now revealed to Kai and Dano that Ari is the real key to the junction point. And now with the help of Sakura, 3 of the Kamen Riders defeated the Imagine. Ari from the past arrives and revealed that she knows about Sakura becoming Zeronos and Dano's mission. It's been a while since I watched Dano, and to be honest, I'm pretty confused with the plot on these 2 episodes without recalling prior episodes. On the other hand, this Christmas special is definitely one of the most Christmassy one. The high Christmas spirit from the Taros really for the first time ever feels like a celebration for Christmas. Plus they even designed an Imagine with Christmas element for the episode, which I think is the first dedicated Christmas kaijin in Kamen Rider history. Maybe the only one? I will overall give this episode a 7 out of 10. Double's Christmas special is certainly a special one, as it is not a regular TV episode, but a movie. It took place in Movie War 2010 with Decade. While there's no reference of Christmas on Decade's part, the whole Double section took place near Christmas. In Double's part, sighting of deceased Futo residents started to show up, including the deceased Kamen Rider skull. Eventually, it was discovered that the resurrection of the dead is caused by the dummy Dorpat, and so Double start chase. Double's world and Decade's world combine, which leads to a crossover fight with all the first half Heisei riders at the end. The fight ends with a victory and Double meets Kamen Rider Skull from another universe. It's not fair to compare this epic crossover with your regular TV episode, but since it's happened around Christmas, we will have to count this in. This movie is bloody fantastic. Not counting the legendary Decay portion, Double's solo part is also fantastic on its own. It gives us a backstory to our protagonist and the chief character Kamen Rider Skull. The fights in this movie is also brilliant. Double often changes form during the fight and even transforms into Fang Joker during a flashback. The ending crossover fight is just epic. But how about the Christmas aspect though? Unfortunately, this is where the movie is lacking. Christmas was just used in one single line, which helped the discovery of the keyword 19. Plot-wise, Christmas really didn't do anything. So unfortunately, the overall score of this Christmas episode will be an 8 out of 10. If we're just going to judge the movie on its own, it will be an easy 10 out of 10 for me. O's Christmas episode happens at episode 15 and 16, in which Kazari and Dr. Maki aims to see what happened if a large amount of cell and core metal was put into a single vessel. Kazari tricked Oz, Anku, Uva, and Mazuru during a cell metal transport and gained a bunch of core metal. He then inserted the metals in Gamuru, making him unstable. Gamuru met a heavily wounded Mazuru and gave all the cell metal and core metal to her. Mazuru went out of control, transforming into a gigantic monster. Oz struggled to defeat her until the assistant of the first appearing Kamen Rider birth. Mazuru is seemingly destroyed. This episode played a significant role in the series. Not only is the first appearance of the secondary rider birth, it also showed what happened when greed absorbed too many core metal. But once again, Christmas is barely present in the story. In fact, I find it pretty unbelievable that they are having a party after Hina was kidnapped like the other day. Seeing Edgy dressing up as a reindeer just after we were shown that he was hurt very badly doesn't make sense at all. So once again, a good episode, but not very Christmassy. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Fourze Christmas episode is at 15 and 16. Yuki was invited to the Glee Club to help with their annual Christmas performance at a local kindergarten. Perseus attacked no long after, which turned out to be a chairman of the art club. His goal is to paint a perfect painting and gift it to the kindergarteners. Turns out he hated Yuki singing and wants to turn her into stone with his attack. Perseus attacked Fourze and went to the kindergarten, in which he realized that the kindergarteners actually enjoys Yuki's so-called awful singing, allowing him to realize he is just only satisfying himself and not for others. Libra Zodiac saw this and took revenge on Fourze. By brainwashing Perseus, they both fight back. Kamen Rider Meteor debuted and helped Fourze. With the newly required pan switch, Fourze defeated Perseus. Although the plot is very basic, I feel like there's a lot of heartfelt good moments. Practicing to perform at a kindergarten Christmas event, and even the motivation of this episode villain is to paint a picture for the kids. The message is very pure, which fits together very well with the goodwill Christmas spirit. And the silly little Christmas message on the moon is icing on the cake at the end. This is the most feel-good Christmas episode so far. 9 out of 10 for me. Episode 16 of Wizard. This is yet again another special Christmas episode because it features the actual Santa Claus. The story is your average Monster of the Week episode, with Phoenix targeting a gate victim. Turns out this person works a lot of job in order to buy Christmas gift to his former orphanage. Phoenix destroyed all his gift and sent him into despair. Wizard then traveled into his underworld and defeated the inner phantom. He then meets Santa Claus and received a gift which turns out to be a Christmas ring. He later used the ring to restore the destroyed gift. A simple Christmas special with your basic Monster of the Week plot. And surprisingly, this is the first time Santa Claus gave a present to a Kamen Rider. And I believe this is also the first time a Christmas gimmick was shown used on screen, which I need to give props to in the Christmas spirit department. I'll give this a slightly above average score of 6 out of 10. Gaim episode 10 and 11. Gaim and Yugen would like to find out the identity of the white armored rider, so they decided to include the other armed rider in a game of lock seed collecting. Upon investigating the base, Gaim found out that the whole purpose of the Invest game is to test out the armor rider system. The rider are just guinea pigs. The base was later being attacked by Invest. Gaim transformed and defeated them. After returning the lock seed to Sid, they celebrate Christmas with a dance. While Gaim is one of my all-time favorite Kamen Rider series, these two so-called Christmas episodes really doesn't do anything much Christmassy. The plot is engaging and serves as an important reveal. Seeing Zangetsu beating all the riders are amazing. But as I said before, we also need to judge the episode in terms of Christmas elements too. Nothing Christmassy made into the plot, and last Christmas performance is even voice-overed and heavily edited. With that, I will have to give Gaim's Christmas episode a 7 out of 10. Kamen Rider Drive episode 11 is a Christmas episode in which Drive needs to stop Roymu from causing a blackout on Christmas Eve. Battling Brain and Chase, Kiriko was left to fight the Roymu, and with the help of the first time appearing Kamen Rider Maha, Kiriko successfully defeated Roymu with Drive, stopping the blackout. Later, Chase's Roymu identity was revealed to Mr. Belt, and another Roymu general, Medic, was revived. This episode ends with a surprise birthday and Christmas party by the Special Investigation Division. The revival of Medic and discovery of Chase's identity play a big role in later story. So despite being a Monster of the Week episode, it held quite an importance at the end. And Christmas is once again being sidelined, only acting as a coincidence. The ending also gives me a feel-good Christmas feeling, so that's a small plus. Not too much to say on this one, a 7 out of 10. Kamen Rider Ghost episode 9 told the story of Ghost looking for some information regarding his dad's old research, which led him to the laboratory of Professor Igarashi, in which a Ganma appeared. Ghost gained Bunky's icon, but before he can defeat the Ganma, he was attacked by Kamen Rider Spectre, in which Ghost won at the end. Since the episode is very early on in the series, it makes sense to have a relatively slow-paced story with the main focus on introducing new forms. I find it incredibly uninteresting, and the fights are just okay. I do like the design of the Ganma based on Guan Yu from Chinese history though. Well, where's the Christmas part, you may ask? There's a scene of the Ghost crew preparing Christmas cards to be sent to the client, and that's it. This episode is a boring one, both in terms of the plot and Christmas vibe. I will give this a low score of a 2 out of 10. And now for the Christmas episode everyone will remember. Heisei episode 12. Which, fun fact, aired exactly on Christmas Day. This episode started with your typical Monster of the Week type story with Heisei defeating a Buckster. During the fight, Heisei used a Christmas energy item and turns Heisei into a Santa Claus dressing level 1 form. Poppy and Brave later also used this Christmas energy item and transformed into a special Christmas form. A Poppy remix of Jingle Bell was played, and there's a short fun music video type fight occur, and even the Bugstar virus started to join in and dance. The Bugstar was eventually defeated. On the other hand, Kamen Rider Laser was investigating on the truth on Gamu and figure out a secret from Gamu's father. Before Laser can inform the rest of the riders, he was attacked by Gamu, transforming into his new zombie gamer form. Unable to defeat Gamu, Laser was defeated and is dead before he is able to tell the rider about his discovery. Now this is certainly one of the darkest Christmas episodes yet. Contrasting the light-hearted mood at the first part, the death of Laser sent shock to the rider community when it first aired. No one was expecting a death so early in the series, and certainly not on a Christmas day, especially when we just started to know more about Laser and gaining his trust in the previous episode. The first half is another typical monster of the week with over-the-top Christmas element added in, and the fact that they introduce a whole new Christmas form with suit design and everything is actually very impressive. The whole fight is a giant Christmas celebration, but honestly, I find it a bit too much and a bit too unrealistic. This episode debuted a lot of characters and have an extremely huge impact on the later storyline. Actually, the impact exceeded the boundary of Heisei series, and it was called one of the darkest moments in recent mainline Kamen Rider series. With that, I will have to give this episode a 9 out of 10. Only lacking with my dislike on the in-your-face Christmas celebration. Another barely Christmas episode. Bill episode 16. It is revealed to Bill that his true identity is Takumi, the evil scientist. Upon knowing the truth, he is angry at himself and hesitates to give his all while fighting with the Smash. After the declaration of war from Hokuto, Bill and Crossy started their battle with a bunch of Smash and Hokuto soldiers. With the encouragement from Crossy, Bill decided to look forward and do what is right, defeating the Smash. The plot of Bill is always highly praised, and it is no surprise that this episode is also fantastic in terms of story event. We have the big reveal of Bill's identity and the start of the Rider Wars. Breeze and the three brothers are briefly introduced at the end too. There is not a single mention of Christmas in the episode itself, but a gag of the cast giving up on singing Jingle Bells in the intro due to the multiple shocking reveal within the two episodes. The acknowledge itself as a Christmas time release but have done nothing inside the plot. I'm more surprised that they even mention Christmas at all, honestly. I'm giving this a 7 out of 10 max due to it briefly qualify as a Christmas episode. Episode 16, Zio, Christmas episode. Zio realized the only way to preventing him becoming Oma Zio is to destroy his belt in the present time. He asks Gates to destroy it, and destroying the belt, his future servant and Oma Zio was destroyed. The Time Jacker sees this as a good opportunity to kill the now powerless Zio, and so they mind control the servant to do so. Gates went to rescue but was unsuccessful due to Decay's interception. Zio eventually accepted a replacement belt from Watts and once again becoming Zio, promising to be the kindest king. Zio and Gates defeated the servant and the Time Jacker at the end. His great uncle prepared a Christmas meal for all the returning friends, and Watts was teased at the final moment. This is yet another underutilized Christmas episode, with only the last scene being relevant to the festival. And the Christmas decoration was not even there when Zio is back at home mid-episode. Christmas really feels like an afterthought on this. The callbacks such as Mighty Brothers form and the guest appearance of the Ghost Soul and Gates' Wizard Armor versus Decay's Wizard form are no doubt the highlights of the episode. So it's a enjoyable, mindless fun with random out of the blue Christmas scene. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Finally, we have the Reiwa era. We have Kamen Rider 01 episode 16. This marked the end of the initial Betsubon Jinrai.net arc with 01 destroying Jin. However, while 01 was strolling around the Christmas street, more berserk human gear attacked the city. And after defeating them, Zaya's president, Kamen Rider Thousa, announced on Hiden's press conference that he is going to buy off Hiden as a solution on the human gears issue, revealing the 1000 driver. Unfortunately, this is a case of another Christmas episode with not much Christmas going on. The main plot is surely engaging with the climax fight between 01 and Jin, and the series special effect is truly outstanding with the teleporting effects. Very amazing fight overall. It was shown that the city is enjoying their Christmas day, but that's all the scene with Christmas in it. No Christmas related plot, no Christmas meal or party. It's a very weak Christmas episode. I will once again give this a 7 out of 10. And finally, we have Revice episode 15. Aguilera is going to be sacrificed by the other Deadmans on Christmas Day, while Revice is having a Christmas celebration in their spa. They have an idea to ask Kagero for direction on the Deadman's base, and eventually everyone stormed the Deadman's base with Phoenix, and a fight broke out, resulting in the death of the two Deadman generals, and a huge CG fight occurred at the end, destroying the Deadman's base. So once again, this Christmas episode marks an end of a story era with the destruction of a Deadman's base. I've stated my dislike on the CG giants of Revice many times in my reaction video, so I really don't enjoy the ending fight on this one at all. Everything before the last fight is pretty intense. Everyone with special power is basically in the same location, and they fight it all out. This time, the main characters at least celebrated Christmas. Although that part doesn't move the plot at all, it is still way better than walking past a Christmas street or just mention Christmas for a few sentences. So I will give this a slightly higher score of 8 out of 10. And that's all the Christmas episodes so far. Let's see some fun facts. Out of all the 34 TV series, 20 of them have a Christmas special. 3 Kamen Rider deaths happened in the Christmas episode, and they are Yuki, Kabuto, and Heisei. Despite having 5 episodes of Kamen Rider airing exactly on Christmas Day, only 3 of them contain a Christmas plot. Double's Movie War is the only Kamen Rider special in a movie. Heisei is the only series with a Kamen Rider having an actual Christmas suit. Santa was an enemy in disguise for 3 of the special, and the real Santa Claus was shown once in Wizard, and it's the only time a Kamen Rider ever received a gift from Santa. So, in conclusion, the myth of there was always going to be a tragedy in Kamen Rider Christmas episode is actually false. After doing some more research, it turns out there's even more Kamen Rider dying in the Christmas period, such as Zanki from Hibiki and another Agito from Agito. And also on a second thought, the definition of a tragedy depends on each person, right? There's a lot of sad moments in those episodes, such as Aguilera being betrayed, Mazuru's death. They can also be defined as a tragedy. Although there's still less Christmas tragedy than the regular episodes, honestly, I'm pretty surprised. I also find it pretty interesting that the show always needs to squeeze Christmas into the episode starting from Double, even though half of them do nothing in the story and always comes out of nowhere, which honestly I prefer them just to drop the whole festival thing altogether because of how random those scenes are and do nothing in the story. So out of all the Christmas episodes, what is your favorite and why? Is it the Heisei one which someone died, or do you prefer like the happy ones like the Fourze or the Dano one? Let me know in the comment section below. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like and subscribe would be so much appreciated. So much appreciated. Very appreciated, yes. And yeah, Merry Christmas guys, and I hope to see you guys next time. Take care, bye!